Hey guys, Darth Glork here, back with part 13, I believe, yeah, of my Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild playthrough. I don't know what I was almost saying there. There was like several things that my brain's like, is it this one? Is it this one? The answer is no. Anyway, well, yeah, welcome back to Legend of Zelda. Last time, I believe last time we conquered our first Divine Beast, I believe, in the Rito village, which was very easy. We blew through it in just a few minutes, to be honest. And then we also got all our way to the Korok Forest. And so, in an effort to prepare to grab the Master Sword. Now, we do not have the ability to grab it right now, but it will be on the table at some point once we get enough, hearts. Because we're close. I think we need 2 more hearts. And so we're close to being able to grab the Master Sword, but we are not there yet. As far as what's going on this time, we should do shrines. Like, should be working on shrines here, because we're so close to being able to get the Master Sword and stuff. That might be wise. I was just kind of... I don't really remember... Because I remember that there's, like, all these, they have all these trials, and there's 3 shrines in this forest and whatnot. I just don't remember. I'm on the fence about it, because I remember one of them is a little annoying, because you have to tail somebody, you know? You have to, like, follow somebody, and it's monotonous and kind of annoying. And I don't remember what the other 2 are like. So, I'm not sure. Trial 1, Southwest, Trial 2, Trial 3, yeah. Okay. And I would assume maybe you start the trials maybe by going down these pathways, and then maybe along the way you, oh, tree branch. Anyway, and then maybe along the way something good happens. Well, maybe we could try. Normally, like I said, generally speaking, I don't often do this because, I feel like historically I found the trials a little annoying. But we'll see. Oh, is it a blood moon? Or is it just because I'm entering the spooky part of the woods? Oh, it is also a blood moon. Okay. So it is also a blood moon. I was about to say, I feel like I got conflicting soundtracks there. I was hearing the Lost Woods music, and I felt like I was hearing the blood moon music, and so I'm not crazy. It was actually happening. Okay, here we go. I was about to say, I actually could, use the objective markers for a change. Normally I don't. Normally I just turn them off and I do my own thing, but generally speaking, but obviously this time we are actually looking for the trials, so I should be figuring out what they actually want me to do with them. Aha. Oh, you're Mr. Hero, right? You're gonna do the Korok trial. Yes. Sure. I knew it! I'd like to ask you a favor then. My little Oki just now set off to do the Korok trial. Normally I'd go along too, but Oki insisted on going alone. I let Oki go, but, well, I'm just getting worried. Could you please follow Oki without being seen? I want to be sure nothing bad happens. Alright, Lost Pilgrimage is the one we'll highlight. Just so I can easily find what I'm looking for, and then... there it is. Whoop, not that one. I want that one. To increase my stealth. Okay, there is the little guy. So I expect this will not be very exciting. Hopefully he doesn't turn around at certain points that I'm not ready for. Okay, I think he's just about there, but honestly I lost him. He kind of took off and I got attacked by a wolf. So I mean, hopefully he's close enough that it counts. Because he said there's the shrine, so... Hey, killer. Yay, I made it! I finished the trial! Huh? Who's there? Hey, are you that hero guy? Mr. Hero? Well, guess what, Mr. Hero? I did the trial all by myself. Aren't I brave? Oh yeah, you're probably here for the shrine. The great Deku Tree said that the monk's blessing is waiting in the shrine ahead. Why don't you go take a look? Yay. So it wasn't that annoying. It was a little slow, but it wasn't massively annoying. That wasn't super bad. And it didn't take massively long. It took a couple minutes, a few minutes, and part of it was slow going because I lost him several times because I was sitting really far back because I was trying not to get seen, and so I was sitting super far back, and Yeah, so there was that last section I super lost him because I was hiding behind trees and they're really hard to see and it's really foggy, and so I definitely lost him a couple times there. But you know, it would be easier if he was holding like a lantern or something. Like if he was holding like a little lantern and then walking around with it, like it would be way easier to spot him. But anyway, it's fine. It's like I'm not all bent out of shape or anything. Okay, well, we did it. I think I might have started that quest like once or twice, but or maybe I've gotten the quest, but maybe I started it once and I was like, oh, this is annoying, and then I didn't do it, you know, like I never did it again, because I don't recall ever actually finishing that tailing one. I remember starting it, and I've seen other people in their playthroughs finish it, and for me that was enough to know that it was not going to be that fun of a shrine to do. So I've never done it, and I'm almost sure I've never beaten the Korok trials as far as doing them all. Well, I don't know. You know what? I might have done that in my very first one. Maybe I did beat the tailing thing, and I did the other ones, because there's one in the bottom left. Like there's like a little lake, and I think I remember going over there. And so now that doesn't necessarily mean I beat the trials, but maybe I did. Anyway. And so I am not sure. I guess I'm not sure. But my point is that I know that I would have only ever done it once, because if I did it at all, it would have only been the one time. Anyway, so you know, it is what it is. But I guess we are gonna try to do it this time, because hopefully they're not all tailing things, because you know that's not the funnest thing. But I think we're looking for this, and we need Korok trials. And I'm just, you know, sort of randomly choosing them. We have an open weapon slot. I'm not obviously just grabbing random, tree branches, because that's not worth a whole lot. I guess we will go this way, just like that. Oh yeah, I keep seeing that tree branch. It keeps almost triggering my, you know, the notification pops up that there's an item, and I'm like, hey. So it says the trial's over here. So I guess we'll do this, and then we'll bear right. Although it is right over here, so hopefully it doesn't reset me. And I guess just for safety, we'll put this on, but I don't... Because I almost think at some point that you go over there and there's lizards and stuff. Anyway, hopefully the trial should start right... Oh, there we go. Okay, I was about to say, I'm really nervous about being in this part, because if I get reset to the beginning, that's going to be annoying. A Hylian seeks to attempt the Korok trial. Is that even allowed? Who cares? Are you here to attempt my Korok trial? Of course. Oh, wow, you really want to try it? I guess it was worth asking after all. Let me tell you about the trial. All you need to do is keep going and not get lost in the mist. Easy, right? What's wrong? You don't look very excited. Don't worry, I've got a cryptic little hint for you. The hungry trees will show you the way. Spy their iron to win the day. Didn't I make that sound cool? Think about that as you take on the trial. Yeah, great. Okay, so I would imagine this is going to be like trees with their mouth open, has an iron, like the iron shroom, you know? The iron mushroom, whatever it's called, in their mouth, maybe. And that's how you know where the trial's gonna be. I'm really nervous, man. You can hear the music swelling. Oh, although maybe it's referring to that. Yeah, okay. So that's the gimmick right there. So I would assume that's the gimmick. What is these? Feed me an aged shield guarded by monsters eternal. My brother will repay you in kind. Oh. Well, that's interesting. Huh. Well, that's interesting. I'm on the path to the trial, just about, but I immediately got distracted when you see some weird things, you know. Obviously, I'm not gonna use, you know, I ain't gonna use their little leaf thing. Please place my chest in my mouth. The Shield Eater's brother stole it from me. Gotcha. I now understand the pain. Oh. I didn't actually totally realize that was part of the trial. I thought that was a random separate thing. I thought I was still gonna have to go figure out where the other trial, where the actual trial was. Not quite. Where's the shrine? Oh, there it is. I was like, where is it though? Okay, hang on. Let's like wait till I have stamina, please. There we go. We have plenty of stamina to make it. Obviously, I just, you know. Well, there you go. I actually didn't realize that part was part of the trial. Yeah, I assumed that was a random little separate thing, and I was still gonna have to find the shrine. Is very much what I assumed. Okay, we'll go ahead and put on something cooler looking. All right, well, down into the shrine we go. All right, well, so far it's going fine. I was a little hesitant to venture into the Lost Woods, but obviously it worked out fine. And finishing all these trials will get us our 12th heart, I believe. We still need 13 to get the actual chest, but to get the Master Sword. So we're not there yet, but this obviously goes a long way. Giant ancient core. Well, I don't totally remember how useful any of those are, so, you know. Because, like, I don't know. I mean, I would imagine it's all the same stuff. I imagine it's just redeeming stuff for, like, you know, different items at Robbie's, you know, shop, you know. I would imagine that's all that's for. I don't, you know, but I don't know exactly what, like, giant ancient cores get me or whatever. And generally speaking, we're probably not going to need. We're probably not going to. I don't know if we'll ever need Robbie's shop at all. Because, like there is an armor set, and which I think gives you Guardian resist. Like, if you get the whole set, I think its whole shtick is it resists Guardians, which I imagine means, like, if you get, like, shot with their laser, it's not going to hurt as bad, is what I assume that means. But, like, I don't. Or, like, their basic attacks and stuff, but, like, I don't. But, like, it's really expensive, and, like, you know. Generally speaking, you can just not fight Guardians. And the few times that you need to deal with them, like, that you can, if, you know, the best way is to parry their laser, is to my knowledge. And for the most part, you can just avoid them. You just don't fight them. I mean, for the most part, that's way more lucrative. It's way easier and way safer. It's just to not tangle with them. There you are. Hey, what's your shtick? Hey, hero guy, I was told you'd be coming. But do you really think you're ready for the test of wood? Some say it's the hardest of the trials. But it's not complicated. All you need to do is equip this Korok weapon set and reach the shrine at the back of the area. You ready? I'm ready. Alright, go get them. You have to keep the sword, bow, and shield equipped the whole time. If they break or if you unequip them, you're out. So hopefully you don't, like, take weapon slots, because I don't have a slot for a bow and a shield and all that stuff. Actually, I might have a slot for a shield. All you have to do is reach the shrine in the back of the area. Off you go. The test of wood. Mm-hmm. Alright, but first... Okay, so they are, like, special stuff. Like, they don't, you know... Forest Dweller's Bow. And I might have had a slot for that. I think I might have had an open shield slot, too. And actually, conveniently, I think I might have had an open sword slot, so maybe it is fine. Really quick, though. I'm assuming their whole shtick is they're gonna load it with enemies, and so, you know, it's gonna be quote-unquote difficult. But... You know, I tell you what we're gonna do. We're just gonna put the mask on and we're gonna run here. I think this might have been the one I was thinking of. I think this might have been the one I was thinking of because I remember running, like, going through this area and having enemies and stuff. Just give me all the goods that are hiding in there. Half the guys in here aren't even gonna do anything. That doesn't matter. Whoa, boy! I went skidding a very long way. Ow, you little pest. I missed. Oh, I think I shot one in the back. So, you know, define missing. I know I got that one. Supposedly that's a regular chest, but we have yet to see any of the fake ones, but I remember fake ones are a thing. Oh, well, it's a real chest. I fully expected it to break and then send me sailing into the mud. Alright, assume we're still heading the right way. Well, that's not very nice. Yeah, now what, idiot? They jumped into the mud. What a bunch of morons. You moron. Anyway. Goal! Well, that was... it was a little intense for a few seconds there, but for the most part, it wasn't bad. Congratulations, you passed the test of wood. Well done, hero man. Happiness awaits you at the shrine. Oh, yeah. If you ever want to do the trial again, let me know. Yeah, just in case you want to do it for funsies again the second time, just because it's neat. It's an option. Okay, cool. Thanks, man. Well, that one wasn't bad. Honestly, I like that one more than the other ones. Having to navigate the teleportation forest is not very neato. Having to tail one of the Koroks you can barely see in the spooky woods, it's hard to see in. Not very neato. But, you know. And having your weapons break is a little scary, but for the most part, it's all weak stuff. Stuff that my bombs are more, like, plenty strong enough to deal with. And my mask was preventing, like, some of the guys from doing anything. And so it's like... I think there was, like, some skeletons, and maybe they were archers or whatever, but it was preventing them from shooting at me. And so it's like, for the most part, you can run past everything anyway. So, yeah, honestly, I liked that one the most. Plus, I got a shield and a bow and a sword. So, which apparently I get to keep. Another giant ancient core. Which, I guess we'll have to go see what if those are actually good for anything that I'm going to use. So, we'll grab this shrine and, you know... That'll be sweet. How many is this anyway? Oh, there we go. That was our 4th, so that gets us, I think, our 12th heart. We need one more heart to be able to grab what we actually need for realsies. I like it when I blew up that bomb a little too close, and it sent me skidding through the grass a very long way. It did almost no damage, but it sent me flying. That wasn't great. That wasn't the most impressive show of skill, but don't worry about that. It's fine, okay? We got through it. It doesn't matter. Not that. Alright, let's go talk to the mayor guy about finishing the tasks that was appointed to us. And we'll have to go grab our next heart, but we need one more after that. So, you know, these shrines were kind of all rapid succession, easy cheesy, but for the most part, we're still going to need to do some exploring to find more. But, you know, one step at a time. I don't know what you get for beating the trials. Like I said, I don't know if I actually ended up beating them fully or not. So, I don't remember if you get anything that's actually useful. Hey, Mayor Man. What? You finished all the trials? That's amazing. You're so cool. Now it's only a matter of time before you're able to pull out the Master Sword. Hurry up and show us what you got. Oh, I know that look. You want me to give you something since you finished all the places, don't you? I guess I have no choice. I'll give you my treasured item. Oh, wow. Big hearty truffle times 3. When cooked into a dish, it temporarily increases your maximum hearts. Try eating a dish cooked with that big hearty truffle. It'll soothe all of your aches and pains and then some. I'm not pulling your branch here. Just try it for yourself. That's pretty cool. I mean, you know, for the most part, you did get some good loot in the trials anyway. And then you got a bow and a shield and a sword, which is great. And then you, of course, boosted. You got 3 orbs, which is great. So I mean, there's, you know, you got a lot of good stuff in there, and so even on its own, it's pretty neato. Now, I was a little curious. So we did all of those shrines. I was just wondering what the Makar Island is about, but apparently nothing, because there's no chest there, there's no boss there, there ain't nothing there. So I don't know what it's about or why it's an option, but you know, it's definitely a thing. I was also curious what else was going on. I feel like I remember there being something towards the back of the map that was, like, really neato. Like, way up here, maybe? Ice arrow, ice arrow. It's not that. It was like in the... It was in the back. Over here somewhere is what I thought. But I don't know. There's some bosses and stuff back there. There's a shrine at the Skull Lake. And then there's, you know, some random things. There's a salvager vest, which is interesting. All right, well, that's interesting. So we got all those, but obviously our first stop is going to be the back of the Forgotten Temple. Because that is like the easiest shrine, that's the easiest altar or whatever it is to get to. Is what we discovered in last episode or the episode before. I don't really remember. But that's what we discovered there. Is that it's the best altar to pray at because you like go to the shrine and then you turn right around. And then the giant altar is right there. See? Bam. Just like that easy. It's like definitely the fastest one. So if we can remember going forward to use this one as my go-to altar, that would be huge because it's the fastest one. It's even faster than Kakariko Village. Alright, heart container, please. Sick. Yes. You love to see it. Nice. Alright. My 12th heart. Sick. Alright, really quick though, what, let's see. I think I was using this one. That's a 30 shield, actually. That's pretty sweet. 15 times 3. I think we'll rather just use my Knight's Bow for now. I don't really have the arrows to spare having it throw its puke arrows that much. We probably actually could use the Forest Dweller's sword. It's my lowest sword right now, so that one's actually okay. Okay, so there's all that, which is huge. Now, I guess the next thing is going to be, like I said, shrine hunting. So let's go ahead and, like, run back here. Oh my gosh, look at all the Lynels. There's 3 white-maned Lynels and, like, a ring around this shrine in the back. And it's like a giant open field. That's freaking spooky. There is a Frost Talus, which is interesting. Oh, there's a DLC shrine? What? That's interesting. There's a few shrines. I mean, honestly, the mountains in the back here kind of have quite a few shrines. Is this a real one? Yeah, that is a real one. That's a stalker. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. There's the flight range. So we could go to flight range and then hop the water here. Because there is some stuff. Mostly it's the shrine at the bottom that we actually care about. Let's see. So that's going to be over here. Yeah, that's going to be like right here. Okay, here we go. Well, it must be somewhere down beneath me. Not that you can see it from here, because it's so frosty. We'll have to just, well, I'm gonna have to drop. It's here somewhere. Yeah, like over here. Yeah, like that. Oh, that's interesting. So obviously there, I mean, there it is, right? But I need to figure out how to get in there. Uh-huh. Cheeky. Look at that. What a hidden entrance, dude. Alright, so I did obviously find it. But boy, they did their utmost to hide this from you. That's crazy, dude. The amount of effort they put into hiding that from you. Yeah, that's very hidden. Anyway, but yeah, I was like, well, I guess we'll start exploring around the edges, right? Because it can't be that far, you know, just like, you know, mathematically, like, it can't be that far, so. Ooh, look at that, we finally got our first white chew jelly. Anyway, but I was like, it can't be that far. They, you know, the path to get there can't be that crazy. So I was like, okay, well, let's start exploring the bottom edge first, and we'll wrap the bottom. And then as I was exploring the bottom, I noticed that there was a lot of destructible rocks, just like with that geyser back there. And so when I noticed that there was, I destroyed it, and I noticed that there was, whoops, I noticed that there was another one. I destroyed it. There was another geyser. And so I was like, you know, there's a lot of geysers around here. And so then I started following it kind of upriver. And I noticed that there was at least 3 that I found, counting the one that we saw on camera. And I got the 3rd one, and I was just doing it because I was trying to get a better viewpoint, trying to see if I could see anything obvious. And then I noticed that there, obviously, eventually, there was a very specific one that showed you where to go. So, anyway. Alright. Let's figure out what's going on with this. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Aha! I did it! It just took some patience. Oh, that's not very nice. He blasted the part. Anyway. I'm just gonna go ahead and grab all these pieces. My shield just took a blast there. I don't know if I should have tried to deflect or anything else. Alright. Well, it's not, let's see. Not climbable and it's not magnetic. So, oops, sorry. I finally got it lined up and I did the wrong button. Then my own personal little elevator. Oh, that's nice. I used a lot of bomb arrows kind of recently because of the divine beast. So now, granted, I got a whole bunch too, but using them is, you know, I did use a lot of them. Sick. Whoops. Didn't actually mean to get caught on the wall there. I have expected the thing to drop and then kill me. Oh, that's not very nice. Do. Ooh. I was about to say, that one's magnetic. I could tell by the coloring that it was all metal. Ancient core? I don't know if I should be excited about that or not. I'm willing to bet the answer is going to be or not, but I don't know that to be true. Wow, that was... It came a little faster than I was ready for, and I still caught it, but... It did, you know, spook me somewhat. I don't know if there's another ball behind this one or not. Alright, anything I should be aware of? Nope. Well, there you go. That was a cool shrine. I liked that. Just a couple of simple little, very simple things to do. And yeah, nothing crazy. Alright, we are on this random mountain, grabbing a neato little item as it bounces past us, probably all the way to the... Well, apparently not, but anyway, we're here for that. Yay! Now, we're more or less just kind of working our way up this mountainside here. And there's like one more, I don't know, there's a couple of things we might go for, but we're really working our way towards a shrine. And so it's taking a second just because ascending up this mountain is taking a while, but that's the goal. That's what we're doing. All right, the other thing we're here for is in here. Give me this. Sick. All right, there's another good thing on the way, but we're getting there. I'll tell you that for free. We are getting there. Aha, okay. There we are for the next one. Yes. So, you know, that part's going well. You guys want to see something cool? You see some cool trees? Secret hot spring. You love to see it. And look, it restores health. Anyway, the only reason I'm missing a heart is because there might or might not have been some kind of... Oh, I don't know. So I was trying to use those air geysers from that was near the shrine that we were at. I was trying to use the air geysers to make it farther, you know? And I went a long way, but I did not have the, I didn't have the stamina to go where I was going and then land. Like, I went as far as I could. There's, like, I obviously hit the ground, because you can only go so far. But the problem is there was no ground. I was in this lake. I was in this big old river, and there was nowhere to go. And so I landed, and I was like, well, I don't have the stamina to climb anything. And I'm just sort of trapped down in this, like, river, and there's nothing to land on. And I can't use my ice power because I'm attached to the side of a cliff. And so there was just nothing. There was nothing that we could do. And so I was trapped down there, and I obviously didn't have the stamina to do anything else about it. And so it was just so that's what happened, you know. No more stamina, trapped, died. So there you go. We are getting close though. We are. Hang on, wait a minute. I was about to say, did I literally? I'll take that. I was about to say, I thought I saw the other one go this way. Yeah, get back here. Anyway, we are getting close. As you can see, my little shrine detector's going off now. So we are finally getting close. On the way, we're just grabbing little convenient loot, obviously. We found quite a few good gems up here, which is great, but... There's the shrine. Now, the other piece we need is actually going to be on the ground floor over here. Behind you. Ooh, I got some gourmet meat for that. Hey, man. He had it covered. Okay. The lizard's like, huh. That's interesting. Otherwise not offended, but... I was like, don't worry, dude. He knew what he was getting into. He would have attacked me first, okay? I'd say you're really lucky, Mr. Wolf. Give me that meat. Anyway. Man, I got some good meat. Apparently those ice wolves are worth a lot, dude. I didn't realize that the ice ones drop such good meat. And they're pretty plentiful. You can find quite a few of those around here. But I didn't realize that, but it is convenient because if you need money, selling cooked stacks of 5 gourmet meats is a very lucrative way to make money, which I've talked about before. But what I didn't know is that apparently the wolves drop at least some of it, which I was unaware of, which is very neat. Now, into the shrine. This episode is so far probably going to be very short because I have done a tremendous amount of cutting away on account of all of the walking and climbing I've done this episode. But that's the way it is, man. This series is a very heavily cut series, so there's a tremendous amount of cut footage. Oh, it's a combat one. Oh, how bad. How bad. Major? Nope. There are other shrines. We are out of here. Heck no. To the no. Well. Alright, look at that, we found one. So, I actually wasn't on the trail of this one at all. I was literally running right past it. There's 2 other ones that we're going for. And I didn't even know this was here, and then suddenly my shrine detector's going off, and I'm like, you know, I'm not super close yet. Like, I'm surprised that's far enough. So I opened my map, and I'm like, you know what, let's scroll over and see really quick. And so I zoomed over to where I was standing, and I'm like, oh, there's a shrine, like, 40 feet to the left of me. So I ran over here. Please don't be a combat one. And it's not that I'm afraid of combat, I just don't want to do a hard one. Red giveaway. Well, that's interesting. Oh, it's another one of the ball wind challenges. Well, that's cute. Alright, well, I don't know where you're supposed to be yet, so you just vibe over there for a second. Alright, so wind pushes ball. So I throw it over there. It goes along this whole edge, but I have to make sure this little platform isn't moving. So I could stasis it when it got close as an option. What is this? Oh, well, Joy of Joys, another great weapon. I don't know, man. I mean, I have a giant frost plate already. I don't really feel like I care. You know, options are limited, and I don't know. Let's put it back. Oh, okay, I thought there was like a hole back there. I was like, oh, it fell like way farther than you'd think. Okay, I'm trying to think, is there another use for this than just the obvious? Why is that an option? Wow. That's an... Oh, I was like, why is that a thing? I know why that's a thing. It's because the wind is gonna push this thing right off if you don't do this. See? Now that's gonna prevent it from just rolling off. It makes total sense. Stay, demon platform. We did the impossible, kids. Uh-huh. Great. Well, we have a problem. Can already tell you, because I'm not standing up there. Which is the problem. Okay, so I have an idea. What if we throw this up here, stasis it, yay! Huzzah, magic powers. Oy. Alright, we did the thing. Give me this shrine. I feel like there's gonna be like an hour and a half of cut footage out of this episode. There's gonna be like 6 minutes of usable footage. So we're outside that shrine, and there's a little cabin here. Hi. Huh, welcome to the middle of nowhere. Population us. Hey, wait a second. You hiked all this way to meet the best there was at shield surfing, right? Yes. I knew it. Too bad for you that I'm retired, huh? It's been years since anyone knew me as the Duchess of Downhill. But if you don't mind a few pointers from a has-been, I'd be happy to critique your technique. Sure. Such enthusiasm. I haven't seen anyone with passion like that since, well, me. But I'm not just any shield surfer come lately. I'm not just any surfer come lately. I was the best, and that means my advice isn't free. How does 20 rupees a session sound? No. Wow, okay, if you want to pass a chance to get tips from a former pro, hey, I won't stop you. Well, there you go. Anyway, so shield surfing. That's her whole shtick. Now we know. But it's also marked on my map now, because I got close enough to discover it, so... Alright, continuing on. The world's slowest, least, efficient way of getting to shrines. Ah, there we go. I think that's one of them right there. Oh my goodness. I was running in these snowy mountains for a lifetime, I tell you. Well, I already lost it. I don't know where it went. I saw it for a minute. Which means, there we go. I think that's why. That's why I could see it for just a second. Yep. That would be why. Obviously, there's lizards apparently in here. Which, you know, don't worry about that. Alright, well, we finally got to one of the two that we're after. Now, supposedly there's a second one that's a quote-unquote DLC shrine that's not far away. So while we're already over here, we're gonna go look at that to see if it's there. It should be, I think. So, I don't know. I haven't clicked on it, so if it's not there, I could click on it and see, like, is there requirements? Like, what is this? But this will be 3 of 4. So, like, we're getting close, dude. Very close to being able to grab our Master Sword, you know? Now, maybe I could have looked around and found shrines that were easier to get to, you know? Admittedly, I just knew that there was several in the north that I hadn't even looked at. And so, you know, admittedly, I kind of just went there. But to be honest, I could have probably, like, I don't know, tried to search at least a little bit. Because maybe I could have found some that were easier to find, you know? Easier to get to. Goron, artisans use recycled metal to forge this weapon. This tip is made from an old excavation borer. Affords it unmatched piercing capabilities. Which, you know, I don't have any slots open, but... appreciate it all the same, I guess. Alright. So obviously we got fire. Alright. Whoa. Aha. I should use my bombs, it just occurred to me. Hey, nerd. Yeah, sit down, idiot. Once again, I have no slots open for a spear. Yeah. I have no slots open for a spear, so it's just the way it is. Alright. Destroyed. Alright. Well, it was worth a try. There we go. I was about to say, I was kind of hoping it would grab both, and it finally did. I think. Hopefully those will break eventually, right? I mean, it is fire. There we go. I was about to say, come on now, you know you want to. Anything good in here? Perfect. Okay, I was just curious if anything would happen if I hit it again, and the answer is no. Alright, well. Yay! Anything else I should be aware of? Doesn't look like it. Alright. Well, hey, there you go. That was a cool one. There was a few little bits and bobs, and I don't know. Not bad. We have to be careful, though. There is a frost talus that's in this underground area that we're in that's outside, you know? There is a frost talus not far away, so... On the way to that, it's kind of near that. It's kind of near that DLC shrine, so... If that shrine's even there, we gotta be a little careful. Now, we're gonna go towards this DLC shrine and see if it's there. If it's a regular shrine, like if it functions like a regular shrine, then if it's even there, then that'll be the fourth one we need, if we can get it. We'll see. Alright, we are on our way to another shrine. That other shrine is not there. I did finally click on the little wiki, and the wiki was telling me, yeah, that's not a thing. You have to, there's 4 additional shrines on the plateau, and I was having a mild flashback of something very annoying. And it's not there yet. There's other requirements. It's not as simple as all that. So, we are on the hunt for something different. There is supposedly a shrine somewhere else. I don't know. And what exactly is the gimmick with this one? Because the door's shut. I would assume it's through that door. Okay, so I think I remember that the gimmick with this one is I think you're supposed to go over here and roll these snowballs downhill, and then it'll gain speed. Like it'll gain speed, it'll get bigger, and then if you get lucky, it'll by the time it hits the door, it'll be huge and it'll break it. I think we're going too far left though. Yes. Okay, so that was a little far to the left. And I think I threw it on that one, so maybe if we, like, oh, I don't know, throw it down that one? I think that was the sound of it breaking. I mean, I didn't really hear anything so much as I saw something, so... Alright, well... I mean, I feel like that's just gonna go down the same one it was already on, you know? I don't know where that one went. Is it even still moving? It's very hard to tell. I think the door is still shut, and I don't see it, so I don't know if it just, I don't know, got bored and left? I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so that shrine did not work. I could not get the door open. I tried all the snowballs that were available, and none of them panned out to anything useful. So we've once again left the area, and so now we are somewhere else, and hoping that we can get a decent shrine for a change. All right, what is the gimmick for this one? Build and release. Well, it's probably a stasis thing. Ah, okay. So I'm supposed to stop the wheel like that. I mean, I did maybe I didn't hit it hard enough because I basically did it. Like, it's all the way in, but maybe not in enough. I think I should have done it a second There we go. Okay, I did hit it, and just not quite square enough. Okay. Well, we got the door open. Okay, so we need something to drop on top of that. Huh. There's another one over there. There's all these barrels for some reason. There's a giant ball. So, guide giant ball over onto there, maybe? I mean, it would make sense, because you can't do anything else with this. You think that'll be enough? Alright, let's try that. Quickly! Thunderblade. Inventory's full. What a surprise! There you go. Alright, well, let's go ahead and put this back on. Alright, well, we got the chest. That's neato. Now we gotta figure out what the, what we're actually supposed to be doing. Okay, there's more barrels. But, like, why? I think I'm supposed to tip that? Should I tip it that way? Oh, yeah, definitely. Okay. So... I mean, it shouldn't take almost anything, right? Well, it's gonna take more than that. Which is rough, because I do not have the arrows to be wasting it, screwing around with this. Alright. Okay. So, it might probably not shock you to learn that I could not figure out that shrine, and I don't know how to do it. And so I got real angry, and I left. So, here we are instead, at a different shrine, in a different part of the world. How well will this one go? Well... if my track record for anything else is to be believed, not very well. Now, let's see. So obviously it wants me to just shoot it. I know that there's another way, because like obviously the way it wants you to do it is by doing that, but see, my idea here is maybe we just, you know, like that maybe? Thoughts? Ah, okay. So... what is this one, eh? Sick. Okay. And then this one will probably, I believe it's probably for a chest. So my idea is, once again, to do something a little bit cheeky like this. Gonna wait to make sure it... perfect! Now, give me this. Yay! Alright. We got the chest, we got the thing, and we grab this stinking shrine and get the heck out of here. I'm in a bad mood. I've been in a bad mood because I know this episode's gonna have like 30 minutes of usable footage, because it's gonna be like 4 hours of me cutting out, running around for looking for shrines like an idiot. I mean, it's not even looking, it's not even just looking, it's going to shrines, failing the shrine because I can't figure it out, or I can't, or I don't want to do it, like the major test of strength one, and then leaving, and looking for shrines. And so if you combine those two things, there's very little usable footage in this episode, so I'm a little bit upset about all the wasted time in the episode. And when I started, I was like, hey, yeah, we can do some Zelda, that sounds fun, and now at the end of this, I'm like, I kind of want to die. So, I don't know. So obviously it's me. It's nothing to do with the game. I'm just I guess apparently I'm in a bad mood. So let's go turn in this crap and move on with our lives. All right, at the big statue. Give me my heart so I can go get the Master Sword. So at least all of this wasn't a total waste of time. Now I think that is 13, and I believe 13 is what you need. It's gonna be really annoying if we do this and it's like, oh no, you need 13 because you need 13 total hearts to grab it. You actually need 14. In which case, of course, then I mean, it still wouldn't be a total waste of time because even if that was true, I would still need the hearts, right? So it's like not a total waste of time. But you know, whatever. Okay. Probably gonna save this before I do this on the off chance that I mean, not even off chance, just in case I'm wrong. Because being wrong is very normal for me. Alright, come on, baby. I'm too lazy to count the hearts, so we're just gonna see if we can do it. Yeah! Look at that, it was enough. How about that? The Master Sword. Yeah, he's doing the thing. Let's go. Sick. Ooh, flashback.
あなたの言うように長い眠りが彼の記憶を奪ったとしても大丈夫。あの人はまたきっとあなたの前に現れます。
ハイラルの姫巫女よ。そなた、これからどうするのじゃ。
この剣がマスターソードが教えてくれました。私にはやることが、まだやれることがあります。
強うなられたの、姫巫女。
デクノキ様、いつの日か彼がここを訪れたら伝えていただけますか。私は。
さてさて、かの者に聞かせる言葉は主の口よりこそ紡がれるべきではないか。
はい。
Oh, she's so cute, dude. It's so adorable. Poor Zelda, though, dude, alone at like the end of the world, like after they all lost and kingdoms being nuked, and she watched Link and all the champions lose. like that is rough. That is rough. And she puts the sword in here in the hopes he retrieves it one day, and then just dips to go hold off Ganon alone. Like, that's rough, dude. Poor Zelda. Let's go.
Ima, 主が見たは100年前のこの場所。その剣が主の手を離れ、ハイラルの姫巫女によってこの地に運ばれた時の出来事よ。あの娘は今もハイラル城で懸命に戦っておる。主が必ず来てくれると信じてな。あの娘の笑顔、わしも今一度見てみたいものよ。
Same, brother. Frickin' same, though. We got the Master Sword. So currently it has a power level of 30. The legendary sword that seals the darkness. Its blade gleams with a sacred luster that can oppose the calamity. Only a hero chosen by the sword itself may wield it. The blade has a name. It is the Master Sword. When used against Calamity Ganon or those tainted by his malice, it will become suffused with holy light. At such times, the true power of the sword will manifest. But be warned, do not rely too much on its power. If you wield it without need, its power will be exhausted and will no longer be of use to you. Should this happen, you must wait for the sword to recover. It would be rash to rely on this sword alone to defeat Ganon. I suggest you free the Divine Beast before facing him. We did the thing. And now you can see the Master Sword on my back. So, the Master Sword does, of course, have a power level of 30, which, of course, you noticed. I believe it might double when you're facing something that's corrupted, so like the Guardians, for instance, and you'll know it's all bad juju because the sword will glow, if memory serves. I think it'll glow, and it'll tell you its real power level, so it might go to 60 when you're fighting something that is cursed with darkness and stuff. I think it might jump up to 60. Now, it does have durability like any other weapon. The only difference is the Master Sword will regenerate, and it'll be ready again. And so, generally speaking, I only switch to it when I'm fighting something that's like tainted with darkness, like Guardians. And of course, you know, for Ganon himself and all that. Now, if memory serves, I think the Great Deku Tree might jump us later, and he might be the one that tells you about all this. But there is trials later on that you can do that will buff up the Master Sword to make it stronger. I have attempted them a couple of times, but they're really hard, and I'm obviously not very good at this game. And so I've never done it. I've obviously beaten the game, and I did not complete the trials or whatever. And I think when you do the trials, it boosts the default level of the sword. And maybe if you beat the Master Sword trials, then like the overall what you get is really good or whatever. I just don't know because I've never done them, and we're not gonna do them because they're very hard. And clearly, it doesn't take a whole lot to get me all bitter and upset about the game. So clearly, it doesn't take very much. But we can go ahead and I just need to get rid of the blue stamp. There we go. Anyway, we discovered a lot of shrines up here that we just did not do. So that doesn't feel very good. We've wasted such a large amount of time in this episode. I mean, not even wasted, because I did get shrines. There was just a lot of shrines that were hard, and I couldn't do them. There was a lot of shrines that I just couldn't do, and I don't know what else to do about that. So it is what it is. It's a little annoying, and I'm sorry I got all annoyed or whatever. And I'm sorry this episode is probably, who even knows, half an hour. Who even knows how long this episode is? Because it was so much of me just traversing the mountains, finding shrines, unable to do them, leaving, trying to find another shrine. It was a lot of that. And so anyway, in the next episode, now that we are no longer just like specifically trying to blow for shrines, trying to get enough hearts, next episode will be better because I will not be doing it today when I'm hopefully in a better mood. And also, we will be doing other stuff because I no longer need to be focusing down shrines. And so when we come back, we will be jumping into something different, and I don't know what it is, but you know, who knows? We easily could be working our way towards the Zora, because that's probably the next divine beast that we'll do, just because that's my own normal habit, to be honest. That's my normal habit, so that's probably what we'll end up jumping into next, and we'll see, and we'll be moving on with that. Now, I don't know if Zora will be what's next, but it might be. Yeah, it certainly could be. You never know. So, anyway, that is going to call this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the content today, and we will talk to you guys later. Oh, did I just collateral that guy? Yeet. There, you go first. He's like, I think it's clear, man. You're good. As the great Bob Ross would say, what a happy accident. Later, idiots. I could hear Darth Vader in my head. I have you now. Oh, walk it off, bro. You're okay. It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up. That was so perfect.